Cafe in Mason, Queen City High, TriStateFootball.com, our third annual neighborhood preview show. Greg, this is our third show. I think we've now officially talked to like 20-something teams, probably about 130 players, about 10 or 15 different coaches, all in the past 3 days. One more tomorrow night. We're going to be down at the Great American Sports Cafe in Kenwood. 7 more teams on the slate. This team, the Badin Rams, one of just a handful of teams that topped up in our Queen City High Fox19.com preseason rankings. Badin coming in 3rd in Ohio Division 4 through 6. Alter, pretty tough to argue with the Knights. Back-to-back state champions, North College Hill, slightly ranked ahead. These things will definitely play themselves out, Greg. But when you look at Badin, you look at a team that really has a ton of coming back. Coach Tenori, second year in the program, a lot of things of optimism to bring on, and the offensive guys are with us tonight because the defensive guys are still out practicing.
Yeah, I like that though, but this is the guys you want to see up here on stage tonight because, man, the Rams are going to have one of the most explosive small school offenses in the city. I mean, Dan,
if not the state.
If not the state.
It all starts, with a good offensive line, good guys around you, good leadership. Here to talk about it with us, the head freshman coach of the Rams and an offensive assistant, Eric Novak. And Eric, as Greg mentioned, you guys have a ton of firepower. Looking at your offense this year, what are its strengths? And, where do you think the weaknesses are that you guys really still have to improve upon?
Our strengths are definitely in our receivers and our quarterback and our tailback. They're definitely going to dominate in the backfield. Weaknesses are, I wouldn't say so much up front, but just a little bit. We have an offensive tackle. His name's Nick Seifert. Also plays defensive end. He's going to be a hell of an athlete. He will do a really good job for us. Our center, Nate Evers, will be a very big help, very smart kid. And that's about our only weakness on offense is our line right now because we lost so many kids from last year. So we should be explosive offense. We should tear it up and go to state this year. Let's hope.
Well, last year you guys played Coldwater in the first round. They were the state runner-ups in Division 5. They had some great runs in Division 4 before that. When you look at that game, going back to it, what do you guys take from that? And you talk about being a state champion. Obviously, you saw what it takes. What have you tried to instill from that game into your players?
I would say that
well, that was a 41-0 loss, so maybe the memory shouldn't be brought up like that.
Yeah, he's trying to think of a good thing. Patrick wants the mic, but I don't think we want to let him answer that one. Let's move along and talk about offense. And you guys are really blessed in the fact that you do have one of the finer passers, not just in the state of Ohio, but the entire city. And to my right, Patrick Coyne. And Patrick, this year you've been on a whirlwind of a summer. Obviously, as we talked about in the last segment, you've already made your decision, a profound decision. You had a lot of options on the table. Went with Butch Jones and the UC Bearcats. You've had a lot of camps and stuff you've been in. The Elite 11 up in Columbus, fared well. How is all that experience getting out there and measuring yourself up against some of the other quote-unquote top quarterbacks across country? How does that help your confidence level and really also show you a little bit where you need to get better at as far as where you stand amongst them and getting a better feel of you yourself as a player?
I always stick out when I go to camps because all the quarterbacks like down in Orlando with the Gridiron Kings, they're 6'5", 6'6", I'm only 6'2", 6'2" on a good day, and built more like a linebacker, but it gives me kind of understand out what things to improve on, what things to lay off of. Like a lot of the coaches of the Elite 11 stuff say I need to take more off the ball and shorter routes, and I need to check down the receivers and read defenses more instead of just being kind of like a Brett Favre and just being gun happy and throwing in a triple and double coverage. And it just gives me the standpoint where I stand nationwide and where I'm ranked, and I'm blessed to have all those opportunities to be in those big-time camps and to be with the big-name players all over the nation.
Patrick, you transferred from LaSalle. What has been the best part of that move since you made it?
The best move is my friends. You know, I have some of the best friends at Badin, and it's a better atmosphere overall. I'm not knocking LaSalle at all. They're a great program. They have a great coach, but definitely my friends. They got my back in anything, and I love going to war with them every Friday night.
You talk about your friends and teammates, if you will. As Coach Novak indicated, a lot of skilled player positions. Of course, you know, we're going to talk, you know, about the receivers a little bit in the chemistry here in a moment. But let's talk first about running back Nate Snellgrove. You know, he's been there for a couple of years. He's definitely, you know, he's definitely had his lumps. Just the running back, stable running backs in general. Tell us a little bit about the backfield and who from it, besides him, might emerge as somebody that can have an impact on your team this season?
Well, definitely the person that's getting reps all 2 days is a sophomore of the brother of Alex Raymond, our best slot receiver. He's getting reps as more of a kind of speed guy. Nate Snellgrove's more of a, I mean, he's 210 pounds, he's a bruiser. He'll run over you, and Alex is more kind of like a scat back. He get the ball to the backfield too, and he's definitely someone to look forward to, and I'm glad to be, I'm going to be in the same backfield as him.
When you look at your team last year,